Listen, I'm gonna have to. I don't got time. The shit's flashing like something wrong. I'm not doing nothing. Why is it flashing like that? Battery about to die? Anyway, focus. Listen, you can do it. I just want you to know I believe in you. The Most High got us. The Most High creator of all things has us. And we just have to stay focused in understanding that. Don't worry about nothing going on around you in a negative manner. You have to approach everything in this world like it is not you that can handle it, but it is the Most High that can handle it. Through you, using you. To be used by God, you must be used by God. Spiritual warfare. Like, I can't help it. It's so important right now. Like, you just need to draw closer to the Most High. Now, these demons aren't just getting in them. They're getting in all of us. These demons even try and get in me. But they don't want no fucking problems over here. They know they don't have a host over here. They know the door's not open over here. Sometimes I judge myself by how I come across on these videos. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I judge myself. But here's how I ease my judgment. There is no difference between me and the possessed body outside of my willingness to not project, my willingness to take it to God. Jesus came down. The mindset, the idea, this headspace of Christ came to earth. Okay? This mindset was born on earth, lived on earth, died on earth, was reborn on earth to show us, to be the example for us. Therefore, that is my proof that there is not one person on this earth who has not been attacked by a demon. Not one. It's just that some people just went to God faster than others. Because we're all on our way back. The consciousness of Christ is a human being who stays in the spirit. It don't mean they don't get angry. They get angry in the spirit. They get sad in the spirit. They're happy in the spirit. Everything is done in the spirit. Christ represents any earthling who remains in the connection with the Most High Creator of all things, who stays in tune, who stays aligned, whose chakras is in order. That person is a Christ. This Christ person, this person with the Christ consciousness, is attacked and crucified by people who are not in the spirit, people who might be possessed with demons. They try to crucify this Christ, right? They kill the part of the Christ that remains in the world, right? Boom. But when they killed him in the world, he did not go far because he was always in the spirit. So all that meant was they just killed off the parts of him that they could reach. Right? Because when he came back and he arose in the spirit, and he walked around still in the spirit. The only difference is now there was no ifs, ands, buts, or questions about his connection, his alignment, his chakras. There was no question if they was aligned now, because the part of him that was able to be in the world and of the world was killed by the world. That's usually what happens. Yo, you're not dumb, but this is what I enjoy. Okay, so when when the world crucified Christ, right, and Christ died and rose again, Christ rose up in the spirit, right, in the same spirit that he had when he was of the world. He had the same spirit when he was of the world. But the world didn't believe it because the world didn't really understand, or they just didn't understand, right? So boom, they tried to kill him, right? That's what the world tries to do with you every day. So what you have to do, okay, is you gotta let it go. You gotta let the world go because that's what Christ did. That's what the consciousness, the awareness, the mindset of Christ, that's what it does, right? It doesn't fight to be in the area that is trying to kill them. It ascends. It goes up. It leaves. It goes up. And when the world turns around and think that they defeated you, when the world turns around and think that, oh, you ain't shit, we got you out of here, they really turn around and see that you just grew further in the spirit. And you transcended all of that bullshit, right? Transmuted it, to be honest. That's the right word. You transmuted all that energy. You transmuted death, right? Because you can't kill what you didn't create because energy never dies. Now, metaphorically speaking, because this is a metaphor, Christ is a metaphor, right? When the world attacks you, you can fight the world to stay and be accepted, or you can accept the death, the crucifixion that the world wants to give you. Do so, because when you do, then you can go up and you can be lifted up in the spirit with the Most High Creator. But you can have reign and dominion over all things. That is your business, right? At any time, just like you, at any time, you can get off that cross and go right back to the world and go and think like them and do like them and be like them, and move like them and groove like them and sex like them and smoke like them, talk like them, all of that. Anytime, you can just come on down, right? No. You bear your cross. You stand your ground. You know what the fuck you talking about. I think the part when he was like, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? I think he was more so saying like, damn, I had to go down like this? I really think so. I think when Jesus was on the cross, being crucified by the world, and he's like, oh, Father, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? You know? I think that was just an enlightened person going through their enlightening. People love to say that Jesus knew, Jesus knew, Jesus knew. Maybe Jesus did, maybe Jesus didn't. But either way, his steps were obviously being ordered. Do you understand? Come out of that whole religious-y world and come in the world of spirituality. Look at the poetry. Look at the stars. Look at the metaphors. Put them together. You don't got to go to church when you are the church. The church is the body. The spirit is the congregation that dwells inside of you. You understand? The church is the body. You are already at church. You live at church. As T.D. Jakes would say, this body of mine, I live here. This is not me. I live here. So come out that religious-y shit. Come into the realms of spirituality. Anytime Christ could have came off that cross. Anytime. Was this a part of his awareness? I don't know. Possibly. Because yeah, it possibly was. Because in our awareness, we too also know that at any time we can go back to the world. With consequence, of course. But any time we can go back. We know. We know. So yeah. The whole process, that's where I was. The process of him saying, "Oh Father, why hast thou forsaken me?" I think that was just him having a moment, like, damn, Daddy, don't do me like that, Daddy, because I knew it was going, I knew these niggas ain't like me. I knew these niggas was crazy. I knew these niggas was going to betray me. But it's this day, Lord. But what? That's what I think the Christ consciousness was saying at that time. Right? I could be wrong. I could be entirely wrong. Who the fuck am I? You know? So, but yeah. So, boom. My man. That's probably why the Christ consciousness, or the earthling, or the being that is connected to the source, needs recharge time. Them 3 days was the Lord's recharge time. They'd be like, you go on YouTube, they'd be like, oh, sometimes you just take a time for yourself when the world is being in the world. Jesus took 3 days. 3 days. What was it? He died on Friday. I'm going to put this one down first. But anyway, 3 days. The nigga was probably in his tomb, like, while the Christ consciousness of Jesus, the metaphorical Jesus, right? Like, while he was in his tomb, right? For those 3 days or whatever, right? I bet he was like, I believe while in that tomb, he was like, yo, did these niggas really, like, put me on that cross? Because the cross at that time was like typical. Like, if it wasn't like, they only made the cross for Christ, right? That's just what they want us to believe. Whatever. The writers of the book, this is what they did during their time. Shout outs to William Tyndale. Shout outs to King James. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, right? I think he was like, yo, is these niggas dead ass? This whole time I was out there trying to fuck with these niggas, trying to help these niggas out. I would see them put niggas on the cross. I see how they gave it up. I thought these niggas were going to betray me. They damn sure did. I'm taking the beaten path. Make a trail. Because y'all niggas can't be trusted. Because I know there's people out there who want to take the same route that I'm taking. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find them. I don't allow them to find me. I really think Christ was saying this. And then after that, my man changed clothes. He took off the clothes of the world and he put on the clothing of God. He probably smoked a blunt, rolled back the stone, threw some amethyst in his pocket, and set out. It was out. Met the ladies. They was like, what? Look at that shit. Yeah, it's me. What's up? What's up? Man, you tell them I'm back. You tell them I'm down for the Most High. And if they don't believe I rose again, tell them niggas, wah blah blah. Everything's gonna be alright, y'all. Everything's gonna be just fine. Spread that love.